we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of 1st downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. To throw is Watson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
There as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now it's Parker. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Faking the give. Now Watson. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Watson now to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Watson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 4th. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Second and 14. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And it's no good. Elliott pulled it.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They go play action here on 1st down. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Second and 10. They're going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now it's Parker. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Now it's Parker. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And to give this time to the tailback. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
14's the mic. 14's the mic.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Watson. He's got Smith here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Now Watson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Mike 14, Mike 14. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike 14, Mike 14. And what's that? And what's that? 31.
Now it's Watson. This ball complete to Rager. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. Here's Watson. And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Reagor. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Reagor, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently. Just
touchdown, Cowboys! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Now it's Parker. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson, off play action. Steps away to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
On 1st down, Watson. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Out of the gun, Watson. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On 1st down, it's Watson. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's Watson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Right back to him on 1st down. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Off play action. Watson. Flushed out right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Eagles send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Here's a handoff out of the gun. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 161 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. And now here's a carry heading left. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Now Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. 7 yards to pick up there.
They drive some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Second down and 3. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Watson to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Watson. Looking for the end zone. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And seconds there, a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Cowboys, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long.